Hey guys, welcome back to this special episode of Film Feud. I'm Jeff.
I'm Lex.
And I, for all intents and purposes, will be the Vanna White of this episode. So, let me explain a little bit what's going on. So, we decided to end the season here, and we're going to be looking at all the winners of each week's Film Feud, and we're going to be picking which one we think is the best overall movie. And how we're going to do that, we're going to have sort of a bounce system, as you can see here. We're going to tell you guys our favorite movies, and then we're going to go down the line with like specific criteria such as a plot / theme, visual / cinematography, sound / music score, pacing, and then overall, which is just going to tally up the entire score. We have in front of us these scorecards, and each one of us is going to like go through the categories and explain why we think this film is good in this region, and so and so, and then we're all going to do sort of like what the people in gymnastics do, where we're all count to 3 and we all raise ours at once. So it's going to be fun.
Yes.
Alright, so let's go down the line. Jeff, I believe you're first up. What is your pick for... Oh, well, hold on, let's mention the winners first of all the weeks.
Yeah.
So...
There's been 10 winners, because for each season there's 10 episodes.
So, week 1, it was Big Hero 6. Week 2, it was The Year Without a Santa Claus. Week 3, it was The Santa Claus. Week 4, it was Home Alone 2. Week 5, it was The Polar Express. Week 6, it was Mulan. Week 7, it was Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. Week 8, it was The Amazing Spider-Man. Week 9, it was Howl's Moving Castle. And Week 10, Little Manhattan.
I wonder what you think.
Yeah, really.
Oh.
You just sort of gave it away.
So, so those are the picks. Jeff, which one is your favorite?
My season 1 winner is Big Hero 6.
Nice. I didn't expect that.
From the very first episode.
Nice. You might as well not watch the rest.
There were
Hero
others.
6. Alright. Do you want to go right to the plot, or do you want us to mention ours?
I think we should mention ours.
Yeah.
All right,
let's. On the line.
Go ahead. What is yours?
Mine is...
There's no point in me sitting down.
Yeah,
I'm going right back
yeah,
up.
you're going to have to get right back up. Mine is Mulan.
Oh, wow, that's
Wow.
neither of the ones I thought.
Really? Which one did you think I was going to pick?
Howl's Moving Castle or My Girl?
I was close.
Oh, I thought my girl would be mine. So mine
I guess I don't know, Lex.
No, you were close. You were close. It's just not... I felt like...
There were a few that could have been...
There was quite a few.
Mulan and Howl's Moving Castle. If I don't say last airbender on there.
No.
So, my other like honorable mentions were Mulan and Howl's Moving Castle were like my ones that I had thought about possibly winning for me.
Alright, so...
And
mine was, obviously, Little Manhattan.
Mulan too.
Mulan too. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we've seen that. I mean, I've seen it. I don't know.
So, we're going to start off with the category plot / theme. So, Jeff, since you're up first, tell us a little bit about the plot / theme of Big Hero 6 and why you think it deserves a good rating.
Okay, so the plot I have for Big Hero 6 is Hero, with the help of his brother's invention, Baymax, try to avenge his brother's death by becoming superheroes with the help of his friends. After learning how to get over his brother's death, he and his friends then set out to save the city, which they do. So that's maybe the main plot of it, and I think one of the major themes of this film is similar to My Girl, and that's kind of how to deal with death. That's kind of like Hero's kind of thing he gets over. It's like kind of his character development is getting over his brother's death and how to deal with it. That's what I have for plot and theme. And
Okay.
I didn't make it too into it.
I think it's
cool.
good. I think it was a nice summary.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Do you want to add anything else, Lex, or?
No.
I think he summed it up pretty well.
He summed it up.
Alright, so no one look at each other. We're going to carefully pick out what we want to rate this. I'll look this way, so if you look the other way. Then let's, I guess, flip our powers upside down so we can't see which we pick. I'm the one that was ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Alright, on the count of 3. we're going to reveal our scores. 3, 2, 1. Ooh,
wow.
8, 8, and 9. All right, so 8 and 8, 16, 9, that's 25. So 25.
Wow, I'm
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go down the line like this. So Lex, talk about Mulan's plot /
Mulan
theme.
plot. Well, the general plot of Mulan has to do with kind of finding yourself and like being your own person, and that's really like you can sum up Mulan in that simple sentence. Like that is literally pretty much all it's about. There's a lot of bravery involved. There's a lot of adventure, but it's mostly being your own person and discovering who you are and how it's not necessarily tied to other people, which I don't know, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
guys
that's
sum it up.
pretty well. Yeah.
Jeff, do you want anything or?
Mulan's story really sticks out for me. I feel like it's different than most other Disney, or well, most other. At least her journey is different than most.
Yeah.
Right.
It sticks out more.
Yes, it does. Definitely for me.
Yeah, and it just she sticks out more for just in the Disney princess lineup in general.
Yeah, because
And-
she's not one of the princesses you would think of.
She's not a princess's princess,
really-
you know?
yeah.
like she's
One of the badass girls.
she's
sure.
brave and she's like courageous and she does, you know, like crazy things.
Yeah.
So that's not
Blowing up mountains and whatnot.
yeah, blowing up mountains, killing mass amounts of armies, you know.
Yeah, she did do that,
She
didn't
did,
she?
she did. She did kill an entire army, you know.
Wow.
Let's just blaze
Good
over
for
that
her.
fact.
All right, you are ready to make a score?
I had mine.
All right. No peeking.
No cooking. I have to find it.
I'm ready. Let me know when you guys are.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm almost ready. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 9, 8, 8, 9, 8. So, I'm starting off with a neck-to-neck race.
Yeah, for reals though.
Jeez.
That's actually a pretty good start, I think.
Let's
All
keep
right, all right, all right.
of one.
No.
Say,
No.
say.
All right, Juan, since you're up next, why don't you talk about the greatest movie? Oh, I would love to.
Wow, wow.
All right, Daniel, give us your shot.
All right, so Little Manhattan, the plot test theme. I said it was an amazing coming of age story that was very relatable to how guys see girls sort of in a new light when they discover their new feelings and attraction towards them. And I said the theme is that although some loves may not last forever, it's the memories that you make that will last forever. And I just think it has like an overall like good feel of like, you know, what love is. It's not too like Hollywoody. It's also kind of very real. You know, like how often do you get with your very first crush?
Yeah,
Like that's not too realistic.
I agree. I think it portrays love in a really realistic, you know, crushes in a really realistic way.
Especially the age that Dr. Six got.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was out in my head perfectly. It sticks out as a coming of age movie. Like, if I think of all the coming of age movies, I definitely that's one of the first things to think of. First being Wallflower, Juno, they all stick out there to me. Even though Little Manhattan may not be one of the like most well-known or biggest ones, it should be. Like, it's definitely kind of underrated, I think.
Yeah, it is underrated. I agree. I do agree.
Yes. Okay, so I think it's time to go to the scorecards. I'm ready to know when you get it.
Alright.
Okay, I think I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Alright. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow! It looks like we got 8, 8, and a big whopping 10. So that looks like Little Manhattan sticks its neck out just a little bit.
A little
You
bit.
should have given it a 1.
Yeah, for real.
No!
We should
Uno.
Now you know how the games will be played.
be
Choose wisely.
sabotaging
No.
this, Jeff.
The plot, totally forget 1.
It wasn't good at all.
Mm. Oh!
I'm kidding. It was good.
Alright. So the next category is, let me see, visuals / cinematography. All right, and Jeff, you have the board with Big Hero 6.
Cool. For the visuals of Big Hero 6, I think are amazing.
They're
Almost
very good.
like beautiful, breathtaking. I think out of all animation films ever made, this may be one of the best visuals we've ever had at this point.
Yeah, everything pops in the movie.
Definitely, like the colors, the detail, especially like what we were talking about when we talked about this movie was flying through the city and seeing such a detailed city. Like you really saw everything from windows to people walking to signs.
Exactly.
Like it was really there. And then there's that one scene where they're sitting up on the balloons, and you have the cinematography of the sun setting and the clouds. And beautiful. I think that's one thing this movie does so well. It really sticks out. It's gorgeous.
It is really pretty.
I think it's one of the top
movie.
best animated films visually.
And it helps that we watch it in Blu-ray. It looks so gorgeous in Blu-ray.
Clear.
It does look really, really nice in Blu-ray. So
agree.
great.
Alright, you ready to go to the scorecards? Okay, I'm ready.
Alright, I'm ready too.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, 10, 9, 10.
Oh, 210.
Sorry.
So that adds up to 29.
So many buns.
Alright, so. And next up is Mulan
For visuals.
for visuals and cinematography, so.
I think Mulan's visuals is really, they're pretty, but they're not pretty in the same way Big Hero 6 is pretty. It's kind of like a simplistic kind of pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, and like, it's more in like the beginning scenes with like all the calligraphy and like everything you see of that. And like, the backgrounds are really nice. I feel like it's very like classic Disney in its visuals, and it does a really good job of showing the time period and like what like China was about like during that time. And I don't think like it's ridiculously stunning, but I think it's nice. It's definitely not awful looking.
It stands out for sure, and I think you said it is the classic Disney visuals, but with the Asian style.
Yeah, with like a twist. Yeah.
Very, like, it sticks out, really, and I don't think there's any others that are like that. That you get that Asian style very specifically. I think.
I forget who pointed it out, it was one of you two, that like if you look at the smoke, like you see like the swirl.
Swirls,
Yeah. You see how it looks very like Asian art style, which I think is very unique. So.
It gives it more of an Chinese, like, Asian feel without it even not
It's like a
there.
subtle, really subtle feel,
Yeah.
which is it's nice because like they sort of just slide that in there. You don't like you kind of have to look to notice it. But,
Yeah,
like,
you do.
But when you rewatch it a few times, you see it and you're like, wow, that's really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, it's really nice.
I definitely agree.
Go to the scorecards.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Alright. 3, 2, 1, go! So you got 8, 8, and 9, so that's another 25 points.
You actually rated it higher than me.
I did. I feel like I just gave it a higher rating because I feel like it takes that classic Disney that we see in so many films, Disney visuals, but gives it its own twist, so it makes it different. Although it's not like beautiful and clear and detail, like in like as a picture of Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
But it uses that classic Disney and makes it better. Like it gives it.
It has its own little spin to it. It's not just like the same old stuff. It's not recycled.
Sure.
Yeah. Which is it's cool.
I agree.
Me too. So, moving on. I believe with Little Manhattan, and I said for the visuals, I said that the biggest thing that they do is they make you really fall in love with New York, and it shows New York in like this wonderful light that like it's just so inviting, especially all the scenes in Central Park, and even just like all like the very scenic other places that the movie shows off. And even though this is I guess you would call it a live action movie with like real humans, there are like animation parts, like For example, the one karate scene. Like obviously that had to be some form of maybe not CGI, but like some tampering with.
Yeah.
Oh, and also like when the big ship like submerged from the building. That's definitely animation.
Or in the beginning where like he's riding across on the bike. Yeah. Or a scooter. Yeah. That's cool, and like everything goes in color.
Yeah, so it has a little bit of animation, has a little bit of a lot of live action. So I think it encompasses both really well. Okay. Anyone else want to add anything?
No, I agree.
Good.
Okay. All right. So let's go to the scorecard. I'm ready.
Ready.
As well.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh,
Okay, awesome.
Sweet.
We all agreed on that one.
Sweet.
I almost didn't agree on that one. Almost.
What were you gonna put?
I was gonna put a 7.
I was thinking 7 too at first.
Oh, Jeff! But then
And I convinced you.
Then you mentioned all the other things. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That's
Yeah, I
good.
feel like it did things that other movies haven't. Like, don't.
All right. So next category we have is sounds/music score. So Jeff, I'll begin with Big Hero 6.
Okay, cool. So I think the sound, obviously, I think the sound mixing is very good. You can hear good sounds of the film, like of the city and all that kind of stuff. But the score, I think, is very superhero-like. It has the tendencies kind of like a Marvel or like a DC type thing, but it also has this recurring score. It's there. It's good. I think it helps the movie. I think it definitely has its own kind of style, and it also mixes Fall Out Boy. So
Yeah, I was gonna say Fall Out Boy.
I'm freaking great. I get 4 points for me. I mean, I love Fall Out Boy.
Fall Out Boy's great.
So that part, I don't have much of that. I feel like the music wasn't a huge part of it.
It wasn't a big part of it, but like I felt like every track that was with the scenes worked really well together.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah, but like thinking about it, I can't really remember it except like the Fall Out Boy song.
Yeah, like, it doesn't
about
have like a Jaws or like a Jurassic Park type thing that you remember.
It's not like an iconic thing.
I feel like some movies have, ironically, the music is the unsung hero. Where like sometimes you don't notice it, but without it, it would change the movie entirely.
Exactly. It's
So
true.
sometimes not noticing the music is a good thing because like it just sort of seamlessly
It blends in.
Yeah, it kind of like immerses you into like the story that's happening
Yeah.
at the moment.
Like,
I was just gonna say, like, even if you don't have too many, like, oh, this movie had great music, even if you don't have thoughts like that, I mean, it could still have great music.
Yeah.
I think that because there are scenes in there where they're just working and like there's music over it and they're not even talking, and like if that was just dead silent, you'd be like, what?
It'd be awkward.
And
But
then,
if it was like not that song, it'd be like weird.
It would, it wouldn't work. Like there's the songs fit perfectly with the scenes. It's awesome.
I agree.
All right, let's go. I'm ready.
I'm
Ready?
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Ooh, 787. All right, so that's 14, 22, right?
Yeah.
7,
I feel like a 7 kind of fits because, like, I mean, one thing that fits with music and scores and stuff is how memorable it is, and like I said, it's not very memorable.
Like
It's good while it's on, but
exactly.
I couldn't hum to you some of the main stuff, the recurring songs and that.
The only reason why I gave it an 8 was because of Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, I agree.
If it didn't have Fall Out Boy, I would have given it a 7.
Like a 6 or like something like that.
Yeah.
Boy.
Fall Out Boy pushed it up.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on.
They tell me about that.
Yeah.
So, Mulan is up next.
Mulan for music. I love Mulan's music. It's so, like, in the beginning, it's very, like, traditional, like, Chinese, and it's cool. It's really cool how you, like, it like, kind of, I don't know, flows really well with the movie, and it kind of starts up really slowly, and then it's super nice. Like, the beginning is really nice. And then, like, they have all these, like, other upbeat songs, and, like, all these, like, there's so much to, like, so many layers to these songs.
Yeah.
especially with like Reflection, there's so many. Like if you listen to the full version, it just has a lot to do with like, it's just so relatable. You can listen to it like when you're a kid, when you're an adult, and there's just so much that you, I don't know, it gets you.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like the musical numbers are very memorable.
Yeah.
Such as Reflection and
I'll Make a Man of You. Yeah.
Those two very big ones. And even the one when they're marching along is memorable. And
Yeah.
also the score is memorable too. Like I can kind of hum some of the score in my head. Like I can think of what it sounds like. It has kind of like the art, visuals, it's very Asian style.
It's that Disney quality that you like kind of come to know like from being a kid. That like if it's Disney, you're probably gonna remember the music. Like the music is not gonna be crap, especially if it's a musical.
Disney does music really well.
They do music really well, and they hire the right people to write it. So the music's always really fantastic.
I know in this era of Disney, they had they always had someone, a big music star around that time sing. Who did Reflection? Can you remember? I want to say it wasn't like, it's definitely like Kelly Clarkson or something like that, but it was someone of that.
Shit.
Oh crap! I really
Mariah
should.
Carey.
It was no. It was like it was a no.
Yeah, baby.
Oh god, I know her name too. I just can't remember it. No, it wasn't Idina Menzel. Oh.
You have like Phil Collins for Tarzan.
Yeah.
And then you have like.
Is it Lea Salonga? Oh, I don't know if she just did the voice or if it was. Oh, crap. I know her name.
Sure,
I'll put it on the screen at the top.
Yeah.
I'm sure all you hardcore Disney fans are yelling at the screen at her.
I'm sure, because like I know her name. Like
You get a one, motherfucker.
It's really bad that I completely forgot it because I've listened to her other.
Yeah, the other.
Really bad.
If you remember at any point in this episode, just blur it out, no matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No matter what's happening.
It's all about pacing. I want you to scream it.
Yes. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that.
I'm ready for you. I know.
All right, let's.
I'm ready.
I'm ready too. Okay.
I'm ready. Alright, on the count of three. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god! Alright, Jeff, you want to explain yourself a little bit?
Yeah, I can because I feel like after talking about like if I think of all the Disney movies and their songs and their like the scores and the musical like numbers, Mulan sticks out for me by a mile, like over like Tarzan, over Lion King.
Really, over Tarzan?
It really gives, for whatever reason, these songs I feel like I don't know if they relate more to me or like stick out much to me to my childhood. I think that's actually it. I think these stuck out to me more during my childhood, and that's why I gave it a 10. I think I remember these songs even now. Like I have I'll Make a Man of You on my phone or something like that.
Wow.
Anyway, I did not remember who it was. I literally said it.
Oh,
Who it was. I was right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I knew who it was. I just wasn't positive.
And even Christina
Aguilera sang the longer version in the credits. Yeah. Anyway, continue. I had to look that up.
Alright, glad we got that out of the way.
Move along.
Alright, so looks like I'm up. So, for Sound of Music, I said that Little Manhattan has a recurring theme along with some great recognizable classics, such as At Last by Etta James and The Very Thought of You by Nat King Cole, and my personal favorite, In My Life by the Beatles. And even though these are classics, this film really exposed me to a lot of them and made me like really love them. And I mean, I just think that the music does such a good job at capturing like the moment of how each feeling does, how each feeling should be portrayed, you know, when you're in that stage of, you know, you have a crush and, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
You know, I don't know. But
yeah. I get you. I get you.
you.
Yeah. It makes sense.
I don't know. I really like the music. I think it's some great classics and has some really nice reoccurring, like, original music as well.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's really all I have for that. So,
Alright.
so let's go back.
I'm ready.
I'm I'm ready.
I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I'll take it.
I thought it was a 5 at first. I was like, yo, Lex, explain yourself. My God. Juan's gonna destroy you.
8.5, that's 15.5.
Yeah, I couldn't give it a full out 8. I was like,
So, just to give an update at like what we're looking at here. So for plot / theme, Big Hero 6 and Mulan are tied at 25, but Little Manhattan comes out at 26.
Oh.
So that's moving by a little bit. As far as visuals and cinematography, Little Manhattan's at 24, Mulan is 25, and Big Hero 6 is 29. And then for sound / music score, we have Big Hero 6 at 22, Little Manhattan at 25.5, and Mulan at 26.
Okay.
Alright, and then our last category is pacing. So, Jeff, Big Hero 6, how did it pace?
Alright, so the pacing for Big Hero 6 to me, I feel it's great. The movie is constantly moving. Like even the slower scenes still push the movie forward. There's really never a dull moment or something that like kind of makes you less interested or bored. Like I feel like it's constantly going. Like it's more keeps the interestingness kind of flowing.
yeah. I feel like, say, if you like fell asleep or something during the movie, you'd miss a lot. Like,
I agree.
And you'd wake up and you'd be like, what is happening?
Yeah, I have no idea what it's came.
Yeah, you're gonna be really confused.
Yeah, that's just. I think the pacing is really well. It's never a boring moment. It's constantly going.
It's not dull in the least.
No.
Which is good. And it's not like painfully slow.
No, even the slow moments aren't that slow. Like,
I
mean, when you have the few the death scenes and even the few the
well, those need to be slow.
Yes, exactly.
They need to be drawn out.
I feel
they're not long though. Like even the scene in the
agree.
garage isn't very long. It's just kind of like the Sabbath.
I feel like they're very purposeful in their placement. They're very like this is the exact amount of time it needs to be. This, like they just know exactly what they're doing with it, and like it kind of toys with you enough. Like you kind of get the whole sense of like, oh, this is really sad, and like this is a really emotional moment, but then like they move it along pretty quickly.
I would say the overall tone of this movie is uplifting and kind of exciting. So it's good to sit kind of like sadder here, like dark. I mean, I guess a little bit dark.
It's a little dark, and it's a little. It definitely is sad.
But I like that. It gives it more.
Because it,
more to it, more layers in this movie.
I agree. Because, I mean, yes, the Big Hero 6 is sort of like heart-wrenching, like it kind of rips out your heart a little bit. Twice. But overall, it's a good movie. It's kind of like Up in that way, where Up is sad, but it's also, it's a good movie, it's really uplifting.
I don't think there was ever a moment in Big Hero 6 where I was bored.
I was never bored
I was
in the movie.
always intriguing.
It was really good.
I agree.
Scorecards? Alright, let's go. I'm ready.
Ready.
I'm ready.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go! Ooh, 9, 8, and 8, right? 8 and 9. Awesome. Ooh. So that's 9, 8, that's 17, so 26. Alright, so moving on, we have Mulan. Talk to me about pacing.
I think the pacing of Mulan is kind of similar to Big Hero 6, where like there's a lot of action, but like they're in a war, so obviously like it's like bang bang bang, like things are happening constantly, and like obviously the musical numbers move it along. But also like in the slower moments, like where like Shang just finds out that Mulan's a girl, or like when Mulan like cuts her hair and she's like going to leave and like to go to the army, like those moments like are supposed to be like slower and like sadder, and like you're supposed to kind of reflect on those a little bit, but like they still move really quickly. Like you get what the scene is trying to say, and it moves on to something else.
It doesn't make me like kind of think like, oh, that's good.
Dwelling. It just sort of is like hits you with what it needs to hit you with, and just keeps on going. It's actually really similar. Very six in that way.
I agree with everything you said.
Scorecard
it is.
Alright.
I'm ready.
I'm ready to.
You ready, Jeff?
Yep.
Okay, you ready, Mom?
Yes.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. We got 8 across the board.
Oh, wait.
Very nice.
Nice, very nice.
Is that the second time we sweeped on Lexi's? Or not? Or is it someone else?
But someone else's sweet. Because we got all 8s last that one sweet too.
Yeah. Whoever was
have to-
24.
I think it was for mine.
Okay.
Visuals / cinematography of Manhattan.
Oh, yeah.
It would have to be a multiple of 3.
Yeah, that's 24.
Alright.
And oh my god, this is it. This is the
Yeah,
last
last
one.
one.
Last category, and then we add up and we find out. So, the pacing for Little Manhattan. I said that it perfectly takes you through the journey from first crush to inevitable loss and then to hopeful outlook. I think it did a really good job at not making things too slow, where that would kind of be more realistic, because I mean, Gabe's story is a little bit unrealistic in the way that like how fast it happens, but it's pushed forward by the element that like, oh, she's going off to summer camp, and then after that maybe to private school. So
Yeah.
he like really needed to make moves and confess his love, and like,
Yeah.
you know, it just really like all needed to happen. And I thought it happened at a perfect pace. I don't think it happened too quick, but I think it was good that it happened a little bit quicker than it would in real life.
I
Yeah.
feel actually that maybe it wasn't necessarily
Use your words here.
completely realistic. I'm actually sort of like not completely disagreeing with you, but also kind of going for it a little bit more. That I think the pacing is sort of pretty accurate. Like that things would happen really quickly, because like you're not necessarily in love, but I mean, you know, you fall for people really quickly when you're a kid, and you move really quickly, and you
I
say,
still
you say like, oh, we're dating, or oh, we're married, or we have kids, or like things like that. Like just
Yeah,
like,
she's my girlfriend. She doesn't know yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's so creepy. Oh my god, if you said that now,
Jeff, you say that now, Mel.
I never say that. What are you talking
I'm gonna
about?
forward this to
well,
Mariah.
if she watches this,
Thanks, Lauren.
It's okay.
But no,
Feeling is mutual amongst all three.
yes. Okay.
But I think, yeah, the story definitely makes the pacing constantly going, and I think the movie's only an hour and 20-something minutes long, so
An hour and a half.
I think
Yeah.
if it's longer than that, I think there would be a little bit of a pacing issue. I feel like if those are 2 hours, I don't know what I would say.
Yeah, that extra half an hour.
Yeah,
I think that it's perfectly like timed.
and Gabe's decisions help too.
Yeah.
Like, her leaving, so you have to go now.
Yeah, like
Good.
he's on a time constraint. You have to like.
Yeah.
go
For a second, I thought you said Gabe the shit. I was like, oh, sweet. Well, I agree.
Freaking awesome.
It turns into PETA later.
Yeah, so it's gotta be great.
Right, I know he's in Hunger Games.
Alright, I'm ready.
Ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. 8, 8, and 9. Alrighty. Alright, so the moment of truth. So since Jeff, we start out with you, we'll switch it and we'll tally up mine first, and we'll tally up Lex's, and we'll tally up yours. So I'm gonna keep it a surprise for the audience and let us see this time what's happening and
Ooh.
have them in suspense. So, alrighty, if I could have Jeff, you hold the other side, just so I can have this, and we'll bring up the calculator. So I'm gonna do the one Manhattan first.
That's familiar.
Alright.
Okay, left, good.
Oh!
Oh, that's close.
I'm
And then Jeff. All right,
Wow.
so the results are in. You are the father.
His ears, Barry. His ears.
All right, so I'm gonna turn this back around so you guys can see. All right, so coming in third place, or sorry, I should say second runner-up, at just like the difference in like totals is by literally 0.5. We have Mulan coming in an overall 100 points out of a possible 120. Then we have Little Manhattan at 100.5 points. And then at the top we have Big Hero 6 at 102.
So close, all of them.
Yeah, really. We all got triple digits. So
Yeah.
that's great.
Mm-hmm.
For real. I'm surprised.
I was worried because, I mean, visuals got the highest at 29, but I also got a 22 as for sound, so I was like, that's just going to screw me over if I don't win.
Yeah.
But thank God.
But I mean, you wound up winning.
I know.
We never got within like, what is it, like a 3-point like lead from each other.
Yeah.
No, it was really, we kept going the entire time.
Yeah. We kept staying in the same range.
I thought this was fun.
But yeah.
I like this a lot.
I do too.
I feel like as we keep going, we'll get more like critical of each other. I don't know, of like the movies. I don't know. Maybe next time we'll see lower numbers. I think the lowest we saw this time was a 7. Maybe. I don't know. But we all chose good movies. Like, it's just hard to, give anything less than 7. I mean, I'd be surprised if you got less than 7.
I would, agreed. Because like anything less than that means it's like subpar. It would have never been subpar. So.
I agree.
All right.
I'll be putting on my crown for this season.
All right, Jeff. Don't get too cocky.
Until next season finale, I'll be the champion.
We'll see.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for this special edition episode. I'm Juan.
Lex.
And I'm Jeff.
And we will see you guys in the next season of Film Feud. See ya.
guys.
Bye.